Dutchess County is a large suburban and rural county comprising 841 square miles, which includes the Hudson River. It is the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office's mission to keep our county free of crime. The mission of the Law Enforcement Division of the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office is to enforce city, town and village ordinances, the state laws of New York, maintain peace and order in the county, protect property and the personal safety of its citizens, and generally assist citizens in varied situations.
April 18, 2024. Drug Task Force. Armed and dangerous drug dealer apprehended. After town of Poughkeepsie raid. The Dutchess County District Attorney's Office Drug Task Force continues to investigate the sale of dangerous drugs in the Poughkeepsie areas. This investigation led to the Drug Task Force identifying Jalen Shaw, age 22, from the town of Poughkeepsie, who was directly connected to the distribution of dangerous drugs, crack cocaine, in Dutchess County. On April 18, 2024, the Drug Task Force and the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office Emergency Services Unit executed a search warrant at Shaw's residence at Pendle Commons in the town of Poughkeepsie. As a result of that search warrant, Shaw was found to be armed with a loaded illegal handgun along with 1,000 of rounds of ammunition. A large quantity of crack cocaine and U.S. currency was also seized. The narcotics were found partially packaged and ready for distribution. Shaw was taken into custody and processed for the following: 1. Count of criminal possession of a controlled substance, 3rd degree, a Class B felony. 1. Criminal possession of a firearm, loaded 9mm handgun, a Class E felony. 1. Criminal sale of a controlled substance, 3rd degree, a Class B felony. Shaw was later transported to the town of Poughkeepsie Justice Court, where he was released by the court due to mandatory bail laws. Drug Task Force agents have seized 7 illegal handguns and a large quantity of fentanyl and cocaine/crack cocaine since January 1 of this year. The Drug Task Force was assisted by the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office Law Enforcement Division and the Town of Poughkeepsie Police Department. May 10, 2024. Drug Task Force. Dangerous drug dealer apprehended again, armed with a second handgun. The Dutchess County District Attorney's Office Drug Task apprehended a town of Poughkeepsie resident for the second time in 3 weeks, armed with another handgun and in possession of dangerous drugs. The Dutchess County District Attorney's Office Drug Task Force continues to investigate the sale of dangerous drugs in the Poughkeepsie areas. This investigation led to the Drug Task Force identifying Jalen Shaw, age 22, from the town of Poughkeepsie, who was directly connected to the distribution of dangerous drugs, crack cocaine, in Dutchess County. The Drug Task Force and the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office Emergency Services Unit executed a search warrant at Shaw's residence on April 18, 2024 at Pendle Commons in the town of Poughkeepsie, and located Shaw armed with a loaded illegal handgun, ammunition, and crack cocaine. As a result of the initial search warrant being executed, Shaw was charged with felony offenses related to the possession of crack cocaine and the loaded handgun. Shaw was arraigned that date in the town of Poughkeepsie and released without bail. Shortly after Shaw was released from custody, Drug Task Force agents learned he was selling dangerous drugs again in Dutchess County. Drug Task Force agents then continued to make additional drug purchases from Shaw, leading to a second search warrant being issued by the town of Poughkeepsie Justice Court. On May 10, 2024, Drug Task Force agents with Dutchess County Sheriff's Office Emergency Services Unit executed the second search warrant at Shaw's residence, resulting in Shaw being taken into custody while possessing another illegal handgun and crack cocaine. Shaw was charged with the following: 1. Count of criminal possession of a controlled substance, 3rd degree, a Class B felony. 1. Criminal possession of a firearm, loaded 9mm handgun, a Class E felony. 1. Criminal sale of a controlled substance, 3rd degree, a Class B felony. Shaw was later transported to the town of Poughkeepsie Justice Court, where he was remanded to DCJ on $100K cash bail, 200K secured bond, or 500K partially secured bond. April 4, 2024. Drug Task Force. Homeless shelter employee caught selling cocaine to shelter residents. The Dutchess County District Attorney's Office Drug Task Force has been investigating the sale of cocaine at the homeless shelter located on the property of the former Dutchess County Jail. The Drug Task Force began an investigation in early February after residents of the homeless shelter alerted Drug Task Force agents of an employee working security was selling dangerous drugs inside the homeless shelter. This caused an immediate response by the Drug Task Force and investigation due to the vulnerability of homeless community members. Over the course of this investigation, Drug Task Force agents purchased cocaine on multiple occasions from Marlene Sosa, age 32, of Poughkeepsie at or near the homeless shelter, while she was working property security for a contracted agency. On April 4, 24, Drug Task Force agents with the assistance of the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office Patrol Bureau took Sosa into custody inside the homeless shelter, charging her with criminal sale of a controlled substance in the third degree, a Class B felony. Sosa is being held at the Sheriff's Office pending her arraignment in the City of Poughkeepsie Justice Court. This investigation and arrest are a good example of the relationship our agents have with community members, including our local homeless population, where individuals feel comfortable coming forward with information regarding illegal activity. The Dutchess County District Attorney's Office Drug Task Force warns the public that cocaine is often mixed with fentanyl, a dangerous drug that is the leading cause of overdose deaths in Dutchess County. April 15, 2024. Drug Task Force. Fentanyl dealer recently released from jail apprehended with a loaded firearm. The Dutchess County District Attorney's Office Drug Task Force has been investigating the sale of fentanyl and other dangerous drugs in the Poughkeepsie and Hyde Park areas. This investigation led to the Drug Task Force identifying a person directly connected to the distribution of fentanyl in Dutchess County and arrested Jose J. Cruz, age 22. After a search warrant at his residence on March 25, 24. Cruz was initially remanded to DCJ, but was released by the court on March 28, 24 due to mandatory bail laws. Drug Task Force agents learned that Cruz had immediately started to sell fentanyl again and was possibly armed with a handgun. Drug Task Force agents made several more purchases of fentanyl from Cruz. On April 15, 2024, Drug Task Force agents with Dutchess County Sheriff's deputies, Town of Poughkeepsie Police detectives, and City of Poughkeepsie Police took Cruz into custody on Main Street in the Town of Poughkeepsie. Cruz was armed with a loaded 9mm ghost gun at the time of his arrest. Cruz was charged with 1. Count of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree, a Class C violent felony with multiple narcotics-related charges pending against him. Cruz is currently being held at the Town of Poughkeepsie Police Department, pending his arraignment later this date.
Equality before the law, also known as equality under the law. Equality in the eyes of the law, legal equality, or legal egalitarianism, is the principle that all people must be equally protected by the law. The rule of law is a political ideal that all citizens and institutions within a country, state, or community are accountable to the same laws, including lawmakers and leaders. It is sometimes stated simply as no one is above the law.